In today's episode of Brooks, we're talking about a topic which is a little bit more personal than usual. I have worked as a fashion model for over 7 years, so within this conversation, we're digging deeper of what it's like to be a model behind the scenes. When people usually hear that somebody works as a model, all they think about is the pictures and the fame that comes with it. But there's so much more to it. So I'm going to be breaking down all the good, the unexpected, and all the awkward situations that comes with it. From my first photo shoot to dealing with unexpected travels out of nowhere, I'm going to be talking about it all. Now, before we start the conversation, I want to ask you a quick favor. Every episode we try to improve ourselves and bring topics that you would find interesting. So in this case, I need your help. And the most simple way you can support us for free is subscribing. But now, let's reveal the secrets of this industry. Before every episode, we have a tradition in this podcast, which is a little game. And the game called the Barrel Game. We came up with it, and the main concept of it to tell a story based on improvisation from a lot of random words in this box and 7 different genres. Based on the words that you pull, everyone is going to be pulling like three words. You have to make a story based on those words. And the concept of this, to really break out the character, to really feel like we are childs again and just flow with random ideas, so we can put ourselves in the situation where it's like funny and to break the character a little bit. This is the main concept of it. So brother, are you ready to decide who's playing first?
I am, I should be.
Alright. You know what time it is. It is time for the Barrel Game. Alright. Can you please go ahead and explain the idea quickly?
Sure, brother. You have 7 genres and a lot of random words. You have 1 minute to tell me a story with 3 random words and the genre you randomly pick.
Cool.
Are you ready?
I think so. So I go ahead with...
Yeah, let's shuffle these.
Alright.
Close your eyes, bro. Don't cheat. So, go ahead.
Alright. I'm gonna choose the topics first.
Yeah.
There is 1, 2, and 3.
Wow.
And my genre is this one.
This should be good. This should be good. So, your genre is adventure.
Adventure?
Yeah.
Alright.
And you have to include the words moon, coffee,
Okay.
and zoo.
Ooh. Moon, coffee, and zoo.
Yeah. Let's get it. So are you ready, brother?
I think so. Have to be ready.
Okay. You have 1 minute and your timer starts now.
Back in 2020, there was this beautiful night. I went out with my girlfriend and looked to the sky. There were a moonwalk. Moonwalk? No. What I meant, that the moon was full in that night. It was beautiful. The moon really light up the whole area. So we decided to go to the zoo.
Oh, wow.
As soon as we went to the zoo, what happened? It is night. The zoo is closed. So we didn't really know what to do about it. So we came out with this amazing idea to climb over the fence and spend the rest of the day, the rest of the night in the zoo with the monkeys and all that. So it was a day full of adventure. At the end, we decided to break the coffee shop and we went inside. We had the coffee. We had the amazing night. It was the best night I ever had. And this is my story.
Nice. Exactly 1 minute, bro.
I
What the hell?
Everything in 1 minute, so...
Good job, good job.
Cool.
You included everything, but the storyline was kind of weak.
It was a little bit boring, but I included
It
everything.
was very boring for an adventure.
Anyway.
So
So I believe you go next.
yeah, maybe. No. I should rate your performance first.
Okay.
I rate it. Like it's so. I will be generous. I will be generous this time too. I will give you a 3.
3.
Just because you included everything.
Yeah, with that.
But it was boring.
Alright. Anyway, now it's your turn to tell a story.
Alright, you know what time it is. It's time for the barrel game.
Amazing. So there are 7 genres and a lot of random words. You will have 1 minute to tell a story with 3 words and the genre you pick randomly. Are you ready?
Great. Not really, but I will be. So, a random genre you said?
Yes.
Should be...
What is it? Romance!
Shit.
Alright, you choose 3 words.
3 random words. Alright.
Children.
This was already going.
Zoo, we already picked.
Yeah, we are the big zoo. Man, what the hell are these words?
Children. War.
What the hell? What kind of romance story am I going?
We have chips, war, and children.
Brother,
We have to make a romantic story
I'm cursed with this
in
game.
1 minute.
I'm telling you, I'm cursed in this game.
Make a romantic story. You have 1 minute. The timer starts now.
A romance-based war, children, and chips.
Did you include everything already? Go, you have 50 seconds.
So there was... Man, there was this war
Okay.
in Afghanistan. It's back in the days when the children were running amok because the war was so intense there.
30 seconds.
The war was so intense that the children were running amok in fear and screaming all the time. But there was this little house. It was protected from all the war. There were living a couple there, and it was so lovely, the environment, that all the children from the war zone went there to seek shelter.
Chips.
And they ate chips every night.
Timer finished. No way, bro. What was that story?
I don't know. Tell me a story from this, bro. Oh.
Should I tell a story based on this?
Nah.
I will try.
No, don't try.
Oh my god, this was a hard pick. I might be honest. Children, chips, and war to make romantic story.
What the hell?
I mean,
In 1 minute.
have you ever watched a romantic or a war-based film and there were romance in it?
Not really.
Yes. How no? When they start firing at each other and suddenly they look at the window and there is a lady looking at the soldier and they fell in love with and they go up and they start banging each other.
Honestly, no. I haven't watched like this.
Yes.
Also, no children, man, and chips.
I mean, while we were banging each other, we were watching on the couch. While they're eating chips.
How is that romance?
It's romantic with
No, bang, man. The war. It's a bang, not a romance.
Alright.
Okay.
So this is the purpose of the Brogs game. We are out of character, we're having fun a little bit, and now we jump straight to the episode. Are you ready, brother?
Nah, you should rate my...
Right, you are right. I'm rating your story 1.5.
What the hell, bro? You are harsh.
It was horrible, bro. It was horrible. There is no sense. Nothing made sense.
No, there was.
What?
There was a war. And the war zone. And the children were running amok because they were afraid.
And the chips.
And the... and they ate the chips in this protected
Oh,
house.
brother, I'm gonna give you a 1.5 and I'm being generous here. You should have taken 1. Alright.
Alright, cool.
Okay, so now we had fun, we had laugh. I believe you want to talk to me about a topic related to my life, to my journey. I don't know what specifically it is, but please tell me more about it.
Yeah, so people may don't know this about you, but you started the modeling career in a very early age. So, I wanted to ask you, can you tell me, how did it all start?
Yeah, it all started back in 2016, actually. There's this random guy texted me on Facebook that's, hey, would you be willing to do modeling? I really didn't think of it at that time. I were 16. I was at school. I had my priorities. I was a swimmer, so I didn't really think of it as modeling. Matter of fact, in my country, in Jordan, we don't really have those opportunities to have in people's life. Fashion industry is not really big in Jordan. So because of that, I never really thought of a career as a model. In matter of fact, even when they told me to be a model, I didn't really take it seriously because I didn't even know what is modeling that much. So I just put it under the carpet. I didn't really think of it that much. I continued with my journey. I went to school. I finished high school. And there were one day, every Friday we go to our grandfather to have dinner together. And in one of the Fridays, I sit down with my uncle and I just told him out of randomness. I don't remember what topic we were talking about, but randomly I mentioned to him that I've been scouted a year ago and they wanted me to be a model. And suddenly he started to tell me like, what did you tell him? Why did you put this under the carpet? Why didn't think about it? Why didn't answer him? Give me your phone. Answer him right now, he told me. I'm like, yo, well, what is this all about? He started to tell me, this is modeling. It might be a good opportunity for you to try out. If it don't work out, you will just go back to your normal life and continue studying. The worst case scenario you will have, you quit school for a year and then continue next year. But if it works out for you, then this is a chance that you have to take. So he played with my mind a little bit and I was like, okay, I'm gonna text this guy back. After 2 years, now we are at the end of 2017. At the end of 2017. So I texted this guy back, not even hoping to be texted back, because I was like, oh, maybe this is a scam actually. I don't really know what is modeling. Anyway, I texted him back. On the next day, he texted me back. Hey, let's schedule a meeting. Let's schedule a call together. And I was like, okay, let's do a call. He will tell me more about it. I will understand a little bit more. And on that call, without much backstory, he told me, you are the guy. You are the next Fashion Nova. You're going to be someone very special. I need you to come back to Europe as soon as possible because we need to get you started. I didn't know anything about modeling at this point. So it was a shock to me, like, hey, okay, I was a little bit lucky because we had a house already in Hungary. So I had a base to go to. Hungary is in Europe, so I had a little bit of familiarity with Europe. It's not like something super new. But to leave everything behind me at that point and go to a country with basically no money, no experience, not knowing anything about this world, it was a scary step. Even though I'm the type of the guy that I just put myself in the situation and I figure it out along the way. It wasn't really scary for me as much as it was scary for my parents. My mom and dad, they were shocked at first. They were like, had millions questions, which I didn't even think about it at that time. I'm 18, not even 18, 17. I just want to go out to the world and have fun. I looked at it that way. I didn't think of it as a career. I was just like, okay, finally I'm breaking free from this house. I'm going to do my things. So after that call, we started chatting to each other daily. He's telling me stories about modeling, what are the things that I need to do. Basics. I still don't know anything about this industry. Most of the big brands I didn't even heard about before, like Versace, Louis Vuitton, okay, like these are the big brands, but Moncler, for example, I never heard what is Moncler. Bottega Veneta and these kind of brands. I never knew about this. Anyway, the next day he told me I have to shave my head because he see a potential model face within me which didn't really align with my look at that time. He seen my character, but it wasn't my look. The character that he's seen, my face shape and all that, my eye colors and everything. But I had long hair. I had ugly beard at that time. You know, the 17, a lot of spaces in the beard. So I listened to him. I shaved up clean. I cut my hair buzz, which I still have after 7 years, which is crazy. I really were not really comfortable with that decision at first because I had long hair and I know that girls like that hair at that time. I was that kind of not fuckboy, but the kind of the guy that's
Basically, the
kind of the guy that girls liked at that time. Long hair, I put my hands here and girls like that. And when I shaved it, I received a lot of bad feedbacks straight away because I had the social media built up around not my long hair, but my personality and all that. I was the funny guy. I was jumping around. And suddenly now, a buzz cut, someone more serious. Who is this persona? I received a lot of bad feedbacks. So I wasn't really comfortable with my hair. But I got used to it after 2 weeks maybe. As soon as I get to the shower, put shampoo, and I got out of the shower and just doing this and my hair is dry, I don't have to worry about it every morning, every day, every time I go out to the street. I don't have to make it look nice. It was comfortable. And I fell in love with it. And since then, I get used to it now. And I love it. I would never want to go back to long hair again. It just become part of me. And beside that, when I sent him the picture, my first picture, when I shaved, it was like, oh my God, this is the guy. I swear, it feels like he was not obeying me, but he really seen something big potential within me.
He was obsessed with you.
He was obsessed with me. Maybe he were into guys, I don't know, at that time. I was a naive kid that listened to whatever people tell him. It is not the best case to go about it, but as I said, I wanted to break free from house. I felt that I own everything and I'm going to have fun. This is what I felt at the moment. So not even 4 days passed by and I found myself in Hungary already. In these 4 days, we talked every day, of course. We talked with our parents. He talked to my parents. And we discussed all his career shortly, of course. We talked every day for 2-3 hours about it. So it was a quick process. I couldn't really let my brain to process this information. So as soon as I landed in Hungary, he scheduled some shootings for me. In Hungary, it was like a test shooting. I met with a random photographer. It was only the photographer and I. This is the first time I ever did any photo shoot. Even my grandma came because I was 17. She welcomed me home. She made food and all that. She welcomed me as her child. She didn't want me to leave alone to this photo shoot. She was scared. Like, I'm not going to let you go alone. So I'm going to babysit you. The 17-year-old guy doesn't really need a babysitter, but it was a whole life. And my mom needed that to see with her eyes that there is nothing to be scared of. Even for her, it was something new.
Yeah.
So I met with this guy. As soon as I seen him, you've seen that I'm walking with my grandma. I've seen in his face that, oh, it's a little bit awkward. And even for me, the naive kids, I felt that, oh, grandma, you shouldn't be here, like that kind of feeling. But at the same time, I couldn't tell her, don't come. I didn't want to hurt her emotion. But a lot of times, at that time, me and the photographer looked in the eye and like, it was a little bit awkward. Anyway, we continued the photo shoot. The pictures, in my opinion, turned out good for the first time. But now looking back, of course, it is trash. Anyway, we finished the photo shoots. We done everything. Then I got home and I received a call from this guy, from the one that scouted me. He told me that tomorrow you're going to London. And I have all these questions in my head, like, I just landed not so long ago. I don't know anything. What is I'm going to London? I don't have money. My passport, I only have passport. That's it. He sent me €100 to my bank account. Or no, it wasn't even then. He's sending me. My father gave me 100 euro to in the pocket, so prepare for anything if hard's happening. And I told this guy, hey, I don't have money, I don't have anything, I don't know anything, I don't have a ticket. He was like, don't worry about the ticket, I'm gonna book you a ticket, I will let you know where you're going to stay. He gave me every detail I need to know. I'm like, okay. I never been to any country before by myself, so it was quickly punch in the head or something like this. So I told my grandma, hey, tomorrow I'm leaving to London. She was like, what? She freaked out. She was like, are you sure this is their steps? And I was like, yes, I think so. This is, I have to go. She was like, okay, good luck. We packed everything. The next morning, I flew to London. I landed and it was horrible. I just remember now, oh my God, it was horrible. The first time I landed, I found myself in one of these big airports. I have to take the bus. But at that time, my English were bad. Especially the British people, their accent, I couldn't understand anything at that point. The only English knowledge that I had is from gaming and from some YouTubers, American YouTubers. But the accent were nothing like the British one. So as soon as I landed, I started asking people how I go this, and I showed them the map on the location. They're like, started to tell me, oh mate, you have to go to take that bus, then change here. I started to it was something I will never forget. I'm like sitting there and okay, now what do? I'm lost. I know nothing. And then actually they helped me. They put me on the right bus. Without even going to my accommodation, I straight away went to the agency. Wow. First time. I landed straight to the agency. So I took bus, train, metro, another bus, and I walked with my luggage. Additionally, they broke my luggage. So I had to carry all the way. It was like not so much, maybe a 20-minute walk. But in a country that I don't know anything, I don't have internet, I don't have money, I'm hungry, I don't know the language, I'm changing a lot of... It was a really difficult situation. Eventually, I managed, I found the agency. And as soon as I arrived there, they welcomed me a little bit. They started to take my measurement, height, your book, take pictures. It was a rushy moment because it is an office at the end. So they didn't want to disturb the surrounders. We sit down to the couch. We started talking. Hey, you're going to be like this. You're going to be like this. And I'm like, okay, but I still don't know anything about modeling. Guys, can someone tell me the basics? If there is a job, what do I need to do? This is something, but I couldn't express myself. Also, I couldn't think of these questions because I didn't know what to sign up for. They were like, oh, don't worry, we are going to handle everything for you. And I'm like, okay, you just need to show up. And I'm like, okay. So after measurements, we finished that. We signed a contract. They see me. They see that my height is correct and everything that we talked about is correct. I got home and the house that I've been put in is the way you should imagine it. It is an old British house on the corner of a road and there is nothing behind it. So it feels like when you go there, it was like a horror house. You step out like a horror house. And I started calling the owner of the house. Hey, I'm here. Can you please let me in? It turned out I was in the wrong street. And she was telling me on the phone like, hey, you have to take it. She had the most British accent I ever heard till this day. She was an old lady. Wow. Who I really respect till this day. But her accent, I couldn't understand anything. And she's like, go here, go here. I'm like, oh, I don't know. This is the location. I'm supposed to be here. I was lost. Anyway, I waited about 30 minutes till we figured out. Eventually, she found me. And it turned out she had this long white hair, like Dracula, these kind of feelings. I was like, okay, I might be dead tonight. It was like a completely horror story. Wow. The sun was setting down. It became darker. It was cold. I didn't have a jacket. And suddenly this white-haired lady show up in front of their horror house. And I'm like, oh, okay, guys, this is it. But I'm super tired now to think about it. Let's just go down. I get in the main door, and I've seen 3-4 other people started to, hey. I'm like, where did I come? Did I come to a party or anything? It turned out to be a model apartment. What is model apartment? At that time, I didn't know. Model apartment is when you share your flat with other models. Sometimes, most of the times, in England, everyone have their each room, but usually in other countries, you share the same room and everyone have their own bed. This is sharing flats, basically. So it turned out there were 4 other models. One of the models, he became my best friend straight away. We clicked immediately. His name is Angelo. Till this day, we still talk sometimes. If you're watching this, Angelo, shout out to you. I still think about you. And yeah. Afterwards, I packed. I had a rest, good sleep, everything. The next day already, they put me to casting. And I'm like, okay, what is casting? I don't know what is casting. The way you should imagine it, they send you an email at 7 p.m. for the next day schedule. Everything that you need to do tomorrow, they send you an email about it. I had 2 castings that day. And of course, one of them was East London, the other was South London. So it is like completely different way. It took me the next day. I asked Angela about it, like, how do I go? What is the route that I should go? I don't have cell internet. I don't have a phone number. The good thing that my agency gave me pocket money on the first day. They gave me £150 or £100. I don't remember correctly. And I could manage for that week for all the things that I need to buy for the essentials. Buying subway tickets, buying food, and all that. Angela told me, oh, you have to go here. Casting is basically they want to see you if you're suitable for their brand image that they are looking for. They have a specific shooting, they have a specific collection that they want to shoot, and they want to see you in person if they like you to fit their collection. So I show up, I try some clothes. It turns out one of the castings was for Alexander McQueen. I didn't know what is Alexander McQueen at that time. And the second one, I don't remember what casting was it. I finished with both. I got home, and straight away, I receive an email. Oh, they liked you so much. Tomorrow you're going to have a work. Already, second day. Alexander McQueen campaign.
Wow.
What is campaign? At that time, also, I didn't know. What is Alexander McQueen? I didn't know. But I went to Angelo straight away, like, hey, Angelo, what is this? I just received this email. He was reading this email. Job. Oh, you have a job tomorrow, Alexander McQueen. Oh, bro, you have Alexander McQueen job. He was like this. Then he read the next word, campaign. Bro, he broke down. He broke down literally. He read Alexander McQueen campaign, and I'm like, bro, what happened? Is it something bad? I don't know. And he was like, this is a dream of his. Like he really wanted to make a big campaign for a big brand, and he was like, this is a super big opportunity. And then he see the price. The price was not that big, considering the amount that I could get for a Alexander McQueen campaign, but I was naive. I was like, okay, £1,200 for a day. I'm like, cool. But also the money is not that easy, so we can talk about it later. But this job experience, I will never forget in my life. It is the first time I show up in a studio. It is the first time I have a shooting. It is the first time I have a job like this. So, and it was a 2-day job. The first day, I'm by myself. I show up to the studio. I walk in. There is this huge hangar that you see in front of you. A huge ceilings. I cannot even see the top of the ceiling. A huge white wall. Crazy. And there's like 60 people running around. I thought that everyone is doing their job. It's normal. I didn't know that this is because the only shooting that I had, it was photographer and me.
Yeah.
2. That's it. So I show up, and as soon as I show up, oh, you're the model, you're Hamoudi, and I see like everybody's rushing like this. They took me to the makeup. Oh, this is going to be your makeup. 3-4 people started to make makeup my hair, and I'm like, guys, chill. What the fuck? Where am I? It is crazy set. Till today, maybe one of the biggest sets that I've been on stage ever. one of them doing my nails, one of them doing my hair, the makeup. It is the first time I'm wearing a makeup, first of all. It is the first time I'm doing a job. It is the first time I'm doing and it was a crazy experience. I show up, I finish the makeup, then another guy is holding me. Oh, this is going to be your stylist, and this is it. Row of clothes. It wasn't like too much, maybe 6-7 clothes they had. But there were like 6-7 people. To every clothes they have maybe one stylist. And they started to be like, whenever you're ready, darling, we don't want to rush you. And I'm like, can I go out to smoke? Like this. I was super scared. I still couldn't speak English that well. And they were like, oh, we don't really have the time. Let's change. I'm like, guys, why do you ask if you don't even care? So it was a horrible experience. As soon as we changed, I changed. Of course, somebody's helping me to pull up the pants because I cannot do it by myself. Anyway, they didn't want to get sprinkled and all that. Someone is doing my shoes. The other one is doing my shoes. The hairstylist is still doing my hair, which I still don't have hair. Guys, I'm bald almost. Anyway, it was like too much pressure straight away. And then it's time for the white wall.
Oh.
The stylist was actually nice. They seen that I was a little bit uncomfortable. She was like, well, do you need water? Do you want me to bring you anything? Can I help you with anything? She was caring about me. So it turned out, after we finished the clothes and everything, they guide me to the white wall. I stand there, and I suddenly see the whole studio. Shut down lights.
What the hell? All focus on you.
Turn on studio lights. I look around. All those 60 people, or I don't know how many people were there. At least 45, 50. All looking at me. And I'm like, huh? Now what? Literally, they say, now what? There's a photographer, the client, the style, and all that people that I didn't even know that what their job. They have even someone that is only responsible for the floor to look clean. Every 2-3 minutes he go out and wipe the floor. There is literally for every single task you're going to find a person. There's only a person that's only doing the cable management. There's a person only doing the light setup. There's only a person that's doing the light setup assistant. Everyone have an assistant, a photo shoot assistant, someone who's looking to the picture, looking the picture assistant. Everything is too many people that, in my opinion, unnecessary. But anyway, the cameraman seen that I was also uncomfortable. He tried to help me, but he couldn't. And this stylist came to me as well. He was like, "Are you okay, darling?" And I'm like, "Actually, this is my first job ever." And I'm like, she's seen that. Oh, this is. I think she gone to tell the photographer that, guys, we need to make him a little bit more comfortable. This is too much pressure for him. So something even worse happened. They told a random lady from this people to start to talk to me. So she just standed on the corner of the white wall, and she just, "How was your day? Can you tell me a little bit about your day?" They wanted me to feel natural in front of all those light, and I was like, "Yeah, shy and all that. I wake up, I eat breakfast." "Yeah, what did you eat for breakfast?" "Cornflakes." I was like this. And they were like, "Oh, lose it up. Don't worry, lose it up." And the more they pressured me, the more I felt that they wanted me to pose. But I don't know what is posing. Nobody prepared me for this. And I'm sitting here in one of the biggest stages ever, and I don't know what to do. It was a horrible experience. Anyway, after an hour passed by, I started to feel a little bit hang of it. Like the photographer started to tell me, look here. Oh, this is looking good. Even though it was looking horrible, he told me to look good, like it looking good. So he encouraged me a little.
Yeah.
We changes set, we changes here. We finished 8 hours. It felt like a nightmare. The next day, luckily, I show up and I already have this experience like, oh my God, I'm going to show up again and it's going to be horrible. I show up and they've been already shooting another girl. So it was my time to be like, okay, Now I'm going to see how the girls move, how the girls react. What is she doing in front of the white walls so I can mimic her? She was doing all this the nice poses like this and this, but it was for ladies, of course. So it was, we switched, we did my makeup, I sent it in the white wall, and they were like, started shooting. You have to imagine like this, the shooting. Peek, 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 peek. And every peek, you change pose. And I started to mimic your girl. I started to do this kind of poses. I don't know what to do. It was, the crowd started to laugh. They started to be like, the guy that didn't know how to pose yesterday is now doing this kind of poses. So it's really funny. Eventually, I get the hang of it. However I can get in 2 days. I started mimicking her in a way that, okay, I see that she puts hands in pocket. I don't put hands in pocket. I try to not do that kind of pose that she do everything. Anyway, I just felt the motion that she's doing. So I couldn't really get the hang of it until these days. I haven't really seen these pictures because I think they've seen the results horrible. They just throwed it out and they paid me my money. I was happy about it, but the campaign didn't show up. And that was my experience with modeling. And this is how I've been scouted. My first job, my first trip. And oh boy, there's a lot of stories coming up to my mind, but this is for now.
Today's video is sponsored by Ultrahuman. They have created this smart ring that helps you to track your sleep, your recovery, and your metabolism in real time. Since I use it, it's more easy for me to track my performance without getting distracted, because there is no screen on it, so it only gives you the insight that you're looking for. So if you're serious about optimizing your sleep, your recovery, and your energy time during the day, this is really a game changer. Additionally, in my opinion, it looks really cool. So if it sounds something that you would like to get for yourself or for someone that you know, then there's an affiliate link in the description which will give you an additional 10% discount code. It will also help grow this channel. But let's go back to the episode.
Oh wow, I didn't expect that. That was a crazy startup for your journey actually. You you didn't left any questions to ask me. So wow, I'm really flabbergasted. So basically you didn't even want to be a model. It just came to you and you straight away jumped into this new whole lifestyle. And I imagine at 17, you said? Yeah, at 17 years old, it's kind of still a kid's mindset. Like, okay, you want this journey, you will do anything to have fun, basically. But still, like, going to a new, different country is, like, overwhelming. So I imagine it was a hard decision to make. And as you said, you went through, from the first day, a lot of hardships. Like, it's crazy to me, believe all this. And you actually been in Vogue, in the Vogue magazine, right? Can you tell me more about this experience? Because I believe Vogue is the luxury in modeling career. If you are in Vogue, you are really something. You really achieved something in this career, right? Can you tell me more about this?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the start was a horrible thing. But after that, of course, I started to get the hang of it. I was in London for a couple of months. Then I got home. Then I went to Fashion Week. Fashion Week is a completely different disaster, which I'll tell you more about it later. But Vogue was, I believe, in 2021.
Like was more.
So I were already in the hang of the modeling. I had different experiences. I were in different countries, met different people, had different jobs. So being in Vogue was actually one of my best shooting ever. The location was amazing. The clients were not so much pushy. We have fun during the process. And this is the jobs that I love. Not just a white wall and everything is monotone, pick, but actually a journey that you remember in your life. It was outside. We were about 8 people. and everyone had a specific job. There was no unnecessary person. Everyone was so friendly. I cannot really tell you much about it, but it was a nice experience to have. About luxury, yes, it is one of the luxuries that a model can have. That they can say that I've been in Vogue, I've been in Love is Show, and all that kind of big magazines. But it's not necessarily something I look like, oh, this is a big achievement I did. Some people might say yes, but for me, it was never really that moving thing. I was like, okay, it's just another job. And it turned out after all these years, I were not really passionate about fashion in general. Even though it was my job, I stepped into this journey as not knowing anything. I started to learn about it, and it just didn't really resonate with me as a person overall. It's not that it's bad, it's just it's not for me completely. So I still do it on the side, but this is why I don't really focus on it too much anymore, because my life priorities changed, and I'm becoming more responsible version of myself. But it's always nice to look back in time and think about those stories that happened to me and share those stories, so somebody can laugh about it, somebody can relate to it in any way. So this is how I see my modeling career.
Great. No, this question was like for a specific reason, because I don't know where, but I hear that a model isn't really a model unless he gets to the Vogue magazine. That's it, basically. I don't know what's true about it. I shoot my shot and ask you: has your personality changed anything after you became a model?
Oh, I believe every person, whatever career they pursue in their life, they are changing and adopting in a way that they don't even realize. This can be trying to fit in, trying to be accepted, trying to feel that I belong, all this kind of emotion that a person feel in that moment, which they don't really think about it, but it affects most of the people, whatever areas they at in life. So modeling, of course, affected me in a way that I kind of lost my old version of myself, which was that outgoing, that don't really give a shit, I figure out along the way. And I started to be like, I still can't answer this question till this day. Of course, I changed. Does it mean I changed in a bad way? Not particularly. I never really looked down on the people because I became a model, or I'm superior more than them because I look better than them, or anything like this. This was never my intention, and it will never be. But of course I changed. My focus changed, the way how I think changed, and it is all because the people I surround myself with. Of course it is all the time different because I travel countries and I meet new people. This is why I were lost for a lot of time during my life, because I never really could fit in, even though I understand now that I shouldn't be trying to fit in. So yeah, I would say it really changed me in a way which is completely normal in my opinion.
So I already knew this, but modeling isn't the easy of path as most people think it is. So if I had a nephew like you, a 17-year-old good-looking guy who wants to start modeling, what advice can you give him to not feel all this pressure that you felt at that time?
Yeah, so coming back, a lot of people think that modeling is easy, and every time they ask me this question, like, what do you do? I'm like, I do modeling. They were like, oh, this must be nice, this is amazing. It's like a luxury job or something like this, but they don't see the back end work that goes into it. And of course it has advantages, but it has disadvantages as well, which I'm not going to dig deeper in the topic. I will leave it to another episode or another series. because it is super deep and we can go down to deep hole. But someone who wants to start out modeling at 17. So you see, this is the difference. They already know the path that they want to pursue. I didn't have that when I started. If somebody wants to be a model and they actually know what is modeling, they know what is the work that it's required to go through that phase, I would recommend it. Start, go out, have experiences. But don't expect something big to happen. Because it is an industry not really based on you. You're not really responsible for your outcomes. It's not like the more I work, the more I get. Because a lot of times you cannot get those works. Most of the times you rely on the people around you, which is agency, another agencies, how they are managing you in a way. And you cannot expect something to happen because a lot of times we're like, these agencies told me, oh, you have this option, and many options. And I'm like, oh, this is crazy. If I get all these jobs, I'm going to be rich. And it turned out from 30 options in general, I get one job. Or let's say 50 options, I get one job. So it's delusional.
Not consistent.
Not consistent. So if somebody is really prepared for this lifestyle, to have it as an experience and not going in to expect to be rich, but to go and have experience to the life of meeting new people, going to new places, and all that comes with it, go ahead, try it. You're going to face difficulties. There's going to be days that you're crying in your bed because you couldn't sleep, you couldn't eat, you couldn't do anything during the whole week because you've been traveling from airport to job, from job to airport. There is going to be hard days. But there is hard days in every job that you do. So I would encourage, of course, somebody that wants to try it out. If they don't have the opportunity, the same that I did, that I've been scouted by my own, you can always do research about agencies around, local agencies, text them up, go and meet them in person, try to make yourself look good so they like you. After that, if they sign you, your journey started. This is my advice to anyone who would like to start this career.
Certainly, it's a great experience in life to have. And thank you for your insights about this topic.
I would say that it doesn't really have to be relied on others. If you're smart about it, you can do it as a freelancer. But as a naive child, I never really thought about it that way, and I never really wanted to think about it because it's not the path that I envisioned to myself to have. I wasn't really passionate about fashion. But if I met people, freelancers, they're doing really good, and they're finding their own job. So it's not necessarily that you always rely on people. In my case, yes, because I give them everything, and I'm like, okay, guys, I'm depending on you. It was a mistake by me, which I didn't know at that time. But we don't really need to dig deeper into this because it is a whole different, long story.
Yeah.
So that was my experience with my journey as a model in the beginning. And this is what I would recommend to beginner models if they want to pursue this career.
So basically, if you're obsessed with fashion and you love an adventurous lifestyle for yourself, you should choose this career, right? But let's break it down. We talked a lot about modeling, I think, so it's time for a little relaxation.
Cool. What do you have in mind?
How about we do a little game?
Battle game?
A battle game, man. You already know.
How here for it?
Let's do it. So, brother, you know what time it is. It's time for the battle game.
Let's see who starts.
Let's go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You start, bro.
Yeah.
Alright, there are 7 different genres and a lot of random words.
Great.
You will have 1 minute to tell a story with 3 words and the genre you pick randomly.
Great.
Right.
So, okay, I will start with the words. Let's not waste any more time. First of all, gladiator.
Gladiator.
TV. TV. Oh, please beat the genre good, please. Big. Not bad. Not bad word.
This is good.
Not bad word. It's based on the genre. Please don't be romance. Please don't be romance.
Whatever genre you pick, this is easy.
No.
Big TV and a gladiator.
Okay, how should I make a romance about it? I can do anything but romance. I already picked romance 3 times, man. Okay. So, for the genre, we have... Please don't be romance. Please don't be romance. Fantasy!
Fantasy.
Wow, actually not a bad
Not a bad pick.
Not a bad pick.
Alright.
So, Gladiator, Big, and the TV.
Alright, we have TV, gladiator, and big. Tell me a fantasy story. You have 1 minute. The timer starts now.
So, back in, I don't know exactly the years that Gladiators were in, but that year, I was jogging around the Colosseum. I remember the Colosseum. And I seen a lot of big gladiators there. They were like huge, like not even huge like an average man that you see right now. They were like huge, like 3 meters tall and 2 meters wide. I don't know how it's measuring, but it's all right. And they were all working with maces and axes and swords and all that kind of stuff. And it was like a crazy scene. So the blood smell was awful, man.
Is it good?
And it was all on TV.
Time done.
It was all on TV.
You didn't include TV in time.
Oh, fuck me.
Cool.
It wasn't.
You didn't include TV. And you had a very easy picks.
No, I included it.
No.
After 2 seconds.
You had very easy picks. And your story were boring. I'm gonna give you a 1.5 of 2. Right.
Oh, you're generous.
Yes.
I would have given me 1. It was so boring, man.
Anyway,
It's your turn.
it is my turn. You know what time it is? It is time for the barrel game.
So, you have 7 genres and a lot of random words. You will have 1 minute to tell a story with 3 random words and a genre you randomly pick.
Cool.
Let's go.
This time I'm going to pick the genre first. We have drama. I'm not good at drama.
Ah, you are drama queen, man.
Am I? We have water,
Don't look, man. Don't cheat.
fly, and we have
2.
carnival.
Why did you... Okay. You can have a special one, actually. You already drew it.
Did I?
Yeah. So, brother, are you ready?
I have to be.
You have 1 minute on the timer, and it starts now.
Last night I were with my cousins. We all went to this huge carnival which happened in the desert. It was amazing. We had fun. We played with all the games that we can play. I get thirsty, so I drink a little bit of water overall.
Good.
We played, we juggled, we had fun, extremely fun. There was this huge ladder in the middle of the carnival. I was the one that, hey guys, I'm going to be playing this. Then out of a sudden, my cousin were like, no, don't go. I'm the one that's going to be doing this kind of experience, not you. And we were started to fight each other. It was a little bit dramatic, but it really didn't happen anything. Out of a sudden, there were a huge meteor flying towards us, and it crashed down the ladder, so none of us could play, and the carnival was broken, and we were dead. Why am I here? That was my story. Fly. The meteor was flying.
Ah, good one.
I just finished just in time. I included everything.
Good one. And it was a bonus word. Actually,
sorry.
it was a bonus word. Nice, bro. So, based on... I want to be harsh, but I can't. It was great.
It was great.
It was great. I will give you 4.5.
4.5.
4.5. Good job, bro.
We have the biggest points overall.
Yeah. Cool. Good job. All right.
So this is the tradition that we have. It is the Brogues podcast unfiltered. We are here experiencing, we are here trying out new things, we are here sharing stories and learning new things along the way. So if you still haven't do it, please subscribe and join us for this journey, because this is just the beginning. There's a lot of bigger things coming in the future. Thank you, brother, for this talk. I really had fun, and I am looking forward for future conversation with you or with any guest you guys want us to talk to in the future.
Good. I had so much fun in this episode, and I can't wait for the next one.
Go, bro.